Okay. B-Cup, Lacoste, how about y'all? What you got about these 9th and 10th picks?
I gotta agree with you guys. Not really convinced by Sanking. I had a whole rant yesterday how this hero doesn't win any games, and they have no egg hitters as well, so it could be a bit problematic. By a bit, I mean a lot of problems.
Yeah, a lot of problems for sure. I'm not a fan of that mid Sanking, as I was saying yesterday. You know, it does its thing. It slaps its tail on the ground. It, you know, shakes up the earth. It doesn't win games.
That was what Lacoste said. Was that what you said?
No, we were just discussing that. He also found a new way to cast games. You're going to hear it. You're not going to be impressed.
I can't wait. Well, then get me off the camera. Let's just go straight into game number 1, my friends.
All right, right into game number 1.
So, yeah, you were talking to me about this Tusk hero. What do you like about him? Like, what's the big deal?
Tusk, he's a walrus. He likes making snowballs. He's a big fan of Mike Tyson. He talks with an accent. That's always cool to Americans. We don't really, you know, we like accents. It's always cool. But, you know, snow, it's cool. We don't get that so much in some areas of the United States. So when we see snow, it's very exciting.
All right, time to stop. So, yeah, this lineup from T1, they don't have this super late game. They need to be able to put the pressure, play with the bristleback. This is the hero that can pop off. I think the reason why they decided to go for the Ember Spirit, because in this game, I wouldn't mind seeing Spirit Vessel on Ember against the TNC Protector heal, against the bristleback, who's super tanky. Also, they have this Tusk, who's a walrus. You know, he lives on Iceland. Now, it's just that tag team destroys any tanky heroes. Like, you might think you're tanky, but you're not tanky against the Tusk and plus 3 members of his team.
Yeah, you know, you may have bristles that come out of your back and a giant shell, and you've got an accent.
Seems like everyone in Dota has an accent.
Oh, we'll see how this goes, though. I'm really excited to see if Makoto can do something with this hero that has 2 swords.
Enough.
All right, I can't have to stop.
And is all fiery and comes from the fire realm. So Sanking should win this mid lane. We've seen that so many times. You put a lot of pressure with the Caustic Finale, you push the lane. But yeah, I don't think Ember Spirit should be too worried about this. Carl gets a deny. Stuns underneath the tower. You need to be careful. Like, you get the tower aggro. If you right-click him, tower will start hitting you. And then you could be in a bit of trouble. So his bottle will come up a bit faster on a mid lane for Sanking because he has a bit more pressure. Puts down the pressure with that Caustic.
Yeah, we see this every time we see a Sand King. They have Caustic, they win the lane, they have a lot of CS. And then it feels like...
And then they're just Burrow Strike in the Epicenter. No matter what items you get, you just fall off so quickly.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of Blink Daggers and Boots of Travel, but we really haven't seen a lot of these mid-Sand Kings mix it up. Go to like Ags instead of Blink Dagger, or go to something different instead of going mobility for the first
like
4,000
even this
gold.
game, they don't have that Spirit Vessel carrier, which I wouldn't mind also seeing on a Sanking this time around. You need to think outside of the box in certain games. I think this is the game for it. You're playing against the Io, you're playing against the Phoenix. You want to mitigate that healing coming out. So maybe that's the item. You know, the overtime damage gives you a bit more kill potential. But still, Blink Dagger feels like, you know, you need to have the item. They have a great combination. Like, they have Vacuum into Sanking Stun, into Impale, into Overgrowth. A lot of good stuff. I just want to see what the execution is going to look like.
Yeah, if they can execute well, it could really snowball out of control. But we say that a lot with Sand Kings, and I feel like I haven't been impressed by what I've seen. I don't know. I'm waiting for that big Sand King game. Maybe that'll change my mind a little bit, where we just see a Sand King go like 15-0-4, and just everything was off the back of that Blink Burrow Strike with the Epicenter.
Still waiting. Me too. You know, I've seen Sanking win games when they like win in 25 minutes and Sanking just completely pops off. But you also like need to have an offlaner that actually scales, just in case something goes wrong. Bottom lane, a lot of trade. Like, both of these hero combinations love to take a fight every single time tag team is up. They will try to take a fight. They need to be a bit more careful once they hit level 3. On Darkseer plus Treant Protector. I want to see Treant Protector also putting another point in Leech Seed. Like, there's so much value coming out from this. It's a lot of slow and a lot of heals. The heals actually double. They're going to go on Treant. Seems like he's really dead.
Yeah, Zephyr getting taken out for first blood. Dreamcell is going to get credit for that one. Turn to try and get KizQ, but that's not going to happen. Meanwhile, over top, 23 is going to get FBZ. So they get the offlaner in the top lane. All they do is take out the 4 position over bottom, but it is first blood. It seems like Centaur's really kind of struggling. I've been watching this lane, and he's not doing well with the quills at the moment. Constantly having 4 or 5 stacks on him, getting pressured pretty heavily.
It's all good. It's Centaur. Once he gets that Vanguard, it's going to be much easier. Like, this is just too good of an item right now. Even though not a lot changed, like, you get a bit more damage, and it costs 100 gold less, but sometimes it's all it's necessary. Also, I love the fact that Boom decided to put Tusk as a position 5 in this game, and also put him with Io, because he's a much better laner together with the Io.
Ooh, good 2-man stun. They'll get the kill on a hide. They're still going to look over for FBZ. 23 not dealing with a lot of health and mana, but he does have that stick. So he'll get that back. They'll drain the mana, soul up FBZ. Viscous Nasal Goo and the Quills really stacking up. They land the stun. They'll take out FBZ and grab both kills in that top lane. Nature's Grasp really hurts, especially with the Leech Seed and the vacuum back. KizQ.
Oh,
one shot from dead, but he'll survive under the trees for now. He's still trying to get away from Zephyr, but he walks right into Cuckoo. This is really difficult for KizQ. I don't see him getting out of this, but somehow he survives with just a minuscule amount of health. And now, in the Nature's Grasp, Dreamcell, he's slowed up. Good shards, keeps him away from the wisp, but KizQ back into the trees, juking around, but
Ion Shell will burn him down. Yeah, the overtime damage, they need to stay on top of them. Io is going to go pretty much for the same item build we always see on carry Io. Getting that Soul Ring, getting that Helm of the Dominator into Aghanim Scepter. So yeah, once they hit the level 3 on T1's offlane, 2 points in Ion Shell, 2 points in Leech Seed, they can stand and take a fight. But to go back to the talk, I like the way that they set up the lanes. Phoenix this time around will be position 4 because they understand it's a good Phoenix game. They have no real egg hitter, and if Phoenix gets items, like, it just might be very difficult to actually deal with them. They have decent way of protecting the egg with the chains, with the Centaur Stomp, and Tusk has multiple ways of stunning people.
Yeah, so as the game goes later and later, it could get more difficult for T1, so they're really going to have to break through with a bit of a lead here, which is normally what you do see with the Sand King lineup. You see Sand King do so well in lane, and he can move around and maybe give you that 4K, 5K lead by about the 15-minute mark.
T1 needs to stay ahead with this type of a lineup. Hood already done on a Bristleback, so he's going to be very hard to bring down. Already off to a good start, 3-0. He's getting all the last hits from this lane, which is also very important. And we can see on the mid lane, like Sand King dominating. No surprise there. One of the reasons why they decided to pick it.
I guess just the question is, how hard is Sand King going to fall off? It feels like it's always off a cliff, but we'll see. I'm interested to see if Carl goes for Boots of Travel after the Blink Dagger, if he keeps it pretty standard. Does he want to go for something else?
I think Spirit Vessel is a great idea this time around. The Phoenix heal, the Io heals, just something that is great. They don't have way of dispelling it, so that's also a very good thing. Because other heroes like Lion does not want to build it. Treant Protector also not the hero that wants to buy it.
So Whitemon's here bottom, but they haven't really made the biggest of moves here in this bottom lane. Dreamcell just in the jungle right now, trying to get to that level 6. Soaring Wand and Ags all queued up for him. Maybe they can make a move. Some spirits hitting on a Cuckoo. They look over at Zephyr. The damage with the tag team doing quite a bit, but they've got the vacuum in the Ion Shell. Snowball to stay alive, and KizQ will walk away as he just walks out of the Nature's Grasp.
Once they brought that Centaur, the extra unit that deals damage, that procs the tag team, it's enough. Like, if they don't have that Centaur, if they don't have Helm of the Dominator, Tusk is dead, they get a kill. So they need to be a bit more careful. Cuckoo, I've seen this build on the Dark Series, double null, sometimes even triple null, which he decided to go for this time around. Hex.
Hex and setting up the epicenter, looking for the Burrow Strike. It's actually out onto the Phoenix, not the Ember Spirit. They'll get the kill on a hide. So they go after Whitemon and they lose one for it. That's the first epicenter used in this game. So Carl gets something out of it. He's still sitting second on the net worth, and you know he's got a pretty free lane. He's sitting second on the net worth. That just shows how well the game 23's having.
23 having a really good time. They need to bring Tusk, Centaur plus a Phoenix to be able to kill him, even though he's sitting at half HP, used the shovel once, and now has a possessed mask, so even more strength coming out from it.
Go over with the snowball Burrow Strike, but Carl not looking like he's going to survive despite the fact that the stun was landed by Whitemon. Kezcute gets credit for the kill on a Carl. That'll slow down the Blink Dagger, which he was very close to.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doing a lot of damage here to 23 and FPZ. He gets chased for a moment. They've got the Phoenix right here, so we'll see. Does 23 really want to commit and how far under the tier 1 tower might not be advised.
He's not as tanky as he thinks. You know, it's a level 2 Bristleback. It's not a Vanguard, it's Hood, so you don't have that damage block from the towers. Needs to be a bit more careful. And let's see. Yeah, they killed the Observer Ward. There is a smoke on Tusk. Level 3 tag team. It's more than enough to kill the Bristleback. So yeah, I forgot that they have Phoenix, because I talked about Ember Spirit being able to build a Spirit Vessel if we see it from time to time. You know, sometimes even Void Spirits, but yeah, they have position for Phoenix, so it's going to be his job to get that Spirit Vessel.
Now he's going to try and get that Spirit Vessel. He's been doing a good job of putting out some stacks. There's the Blink Dagger now for Carl. So they're going to move up towards top, but they don't know that Boom's coming up here. They're smoked up. Like you said, tag team level 3 should be enough to get the kill here on a 23, especially now he's sitting under half health under the tower. They're going to wait for him to come. They've got the Stampede. They're going to
plus reload.
Use the relocate to try and get over here. The TP reactions from T1 just aren't going to be in time. Cuckoo's now up in this lane, and that might be a bit of a problem. Zephyr here with Whitemon. Can they turn this to get anything themselves? Epicenter, Burrow Strike.
But the reload, 1 second.
Oh, Makoto gone. But Dreamcell just survives. That was almost both of them. They've got the Hex, and they should be able to get the damage out onto Kezcute with a Burrow Strike available. They find him within the trees. Yes, they can. And now they've got the fingers. So Kezcute, he'll fall 2 dead on the side of Boom. And all they get is 23.
So yeah, they trade 2 heroes. If they manage to get the Wisp, that would be pretty big. They need to start putting a lot more pressure with the Bristleback. You know, he's the hero that can snowball. He can play in your face. I also want to see Treant Protector putting a point in living armor. Like that one. If he had that 1 point, let's say level 5, he would use it on his Bristleback, potentially save him there. He would have more HP. Maybe they wouldn't go for that kill. It's something that can make the difference.
And it was so close to getting both the Ember and the IO at the same time. That would have been pretty devastating.
Yeah, you don't have to blow in your microphone just because you get excited about getting a double kill, but it's okay.
Gotta control my breathing, I'm sorry. Get very excited.
Yeah. Kezcute getting caught.
There's Spike, Burrow Strike, they've got the control, and they get the kill on the Kezcute. And on top of that, they have found these stacks. They're gonna try and steal them.
Now they're gonna steal them.
It's not really a try, it's a is. Or are. They're still.
Nothing they can do about it. Like, they know they're there. Let's see if they can try to get a pick off. Phoenix is level 7, 3 points in the Sun Ray.
Strike on the Ember. Slight. He's trying to survive. They've used the Stampede. They're trying to steal the stacks, and they might pay for it. They end up losing Cuckoo. This Supernova.
It's super Supernova.
Zephyr, Whitemon, 3 dead on the side of T1. Hyde with the double kill.
Like, this is a fight that T1 can't afford to lose. Their lineup does not have a late game. Also, like, making illusion of IO is not that great compared to some like Agi. Carry heroes, Bristleback, he will fall off. especially if they keep diving like that. I love the build on Phoenix this time around. You know, he's not maxing out the Fiery Spirits. He has 3 points in the Sunray, just wants to melt this Bristleback and not allow him to be as tanky.
And, you know, Hyde's playing that hero, that's a Phoenix, that gets reborn. Helps with the Sunray. But yeah, I like the build here from Hyde, especially because he's been taking a lot of pressure. He's really utilized himself.
And it was a great
perfectly.
supernova. Like
The spot was perfect. It honestly just...
I think he wanted to go like on the hill, on the high ground, but didn't happen. Still a good place to place it. They have way of locking them down if they try to go. Not a single hero on their side has attack speed to be able to deal with the egg.
Yeah. So you do have a large room for error, I think. There are some games where you have to be like pinpoint perfect with where you're putting the supernova. Here, I think Hyde can kind of get away with a little bit more. But when they're in those kind of spots that are impossible to hit, the fight's won almost right there.
Yeah, same goes for Tombstone. If they don't have any vision, if you have something to lock them down, you know the team fight's already over. You know, if you place a sentry, if you place a Tombstone, you're like, yeah, this fight's pretty much over. They have no way of revealing it. And we can see T1, you know, trying to go for a bit more aggression, trying to find the kills right now. They understand this mid-sanking with a Blink Dagger. He wants to fight.
And it's still not that easy for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're trying to control the triangle here, but really going to be difficult to go after FBZ. Viscous Nasal Goo being spit on or snorted onto the Centaur. Sunray thinking about the epicenter, but now the Earth Spike comes through on a Kezcute. They've got the wall down, look for the finger. They'll get the kill on a Kezcute, and
this
the
is the
supernova
egg.
again. That's where he wanted it the last time. It's just a question of whether or not they could keep him close, and they really couldn't keep T1 too close. He goes forward with the Sunray, and he's just going to give up his life afterwards. Bit surprising there from Hyde, because now they've caught Makoto. He'll slice, but he's not going to make it out of this.
Supernova, 10 out of 10. Sunray, 0.5 out of 10. No, he just kept going. I guess when Bristleback, when he already used the dive, he was out of the position, understands that he can't TP with all those stuns, so he just kept going.
Yeah, a bit sloppy there from Boom. The idea was right, but the execution wasn't. That's a big problem. We watch it as the fight happens once again. Makoto over to the side, or Spike lands on a Kezcute.
They need Centaur in this fight. They need Centaur to be able to stun people, but he's already sitting at half HP just to be able to control them while Supernova is dealing damage. Boom's lineup is very good at going in and out, resetting with Io's heal, with the snowball saves, Stampede, Sunray. So they need to get in and out, while T1's lineup is, you know, we're going to go in, we're going to use our combo, burst people down with the finger, and they want a quick in and out. But I want to see if they are going to be able to do it.
Yeah, a little bit lacking so far.
Are fortified.
Boom, though, it still feels like they're comfortable, even though that fight didn't go too well for them. Like, you're picking up the Ags on the IO. You should feel comfortable getting these fights when you have Supernova. And I wonder how they're going to try and approach this next one coming in as they're trying to take the tier 1 over mid. So all committed. First dive away, 23, front lining. Maybe trying to get a burrow strike from Carl. That's exactly what he'll get. 2 heroes hit with that stuff with the Sunray. Now the Walrus Punch. 23 might be in a little bit too far. Side of Fist, Searing Chains. These heroes low. Another 2-man stun. Hyde killed off. FBZ. He's getting low, and Hyde's forced to buy back. He'll chase all the way through the triangle to get the kill on FBZ. T1, the rest of the team is leaving. With that buyback from Hyde and not getting anything from it,
everyone is super
really
low on T1. Like, they bought back. Phoenix didn't manage to get the egg off. They didn't have mana. Had some Magic Wand charges, but yeah, got bursted down. Surprised Boom wants to play aggressive right now. They're really not in a rush. All they need to do is protect the Roshan, not necessarily engage into a team fight. Like, get that Blink Dagger on a Centaur, Also a bit surprised he decided to finish off the phase boots. Casual chainmail is fine to be able to tank up some more damage from the coil spray and the viscous nasal goo. They have a lot of minus armor coming out from that, but yeah, they need someone to initiate, so he needs to farm for another 2-3 minutes to be able to have a blink dagger. Epi.
So they can do with the epicenter on the Kez He's in the nature's grasp. He'll snowball to extend the inevitable, in which case is he's dead. He's in the sandstorm, and he just doesn't get away with the leeches he placed on him too. So blink dagger now for Zephyr, which sets up blink overgrowth. I'm interested to see how they can utilize that. The lockdown for T1 is certainly not lacking.
Vacuum is going to be much easier to execute. Now they have another way of comboing it. Vac into overgrowth, keep them in the place. Like, it's all about these small things. Like, Tusk had 10 magic wand charges there when he was dying, did not want to pop it, understands I'm in position 5, I'm dead, he sees a lion, no point of using it, so he's just gonna keep it for the next fight.
So 4K lead, and this is where we said T1 had to be. Kind of feel competitive further on into the game.
Are scanning.
So Sanj in the BKB here for IO. Dreamcell will try to farm into that as quickly as he can. He's top of the net worth for his team.
Casual Sanj is just one of the best items in the current meta. Besides Solar Crest, like these are pretty much the two best items because it gives you so much. Like for the strength heroes, gives you damage, gives you status resistance, heal, amplification.
TP back to base there for Hyde. Carl still sitting mid. He's gone the typical build we've seen from these Sand Kings. Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel.
And then
Yules.
A defensive item. Either a Yule Scepter or a BKB. Now going into Aghanim Scepter. I know you like that one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Ags. I think, especially yesterday, we saw Yules into BKB for the Sand King, so it never really felt like there was anything more we were going to see from the Sand King in that game yesterday. But now that he's going Ags, I definitely like that a little bit more. Almost lands the Burrow Strike on FBZ. He was searching inside the trees.
DD on Bristle, they don't have enough. I don't think they take this fight. Let's see if they decide to do so. First Aegis doesn't really matter that much. I think they have the tools to deal with the rest of the team, and they can leave Bristleback for the later stages, because he's going to be the one picking it up. You do not want to give Aegis to Sand King. It doesn't make much sense. They're scouting things out.
This Roche is sitting pretty low. Epicenter getting charged up for a second, thinking about it. Carl has the ability to stop that. So now let's see if Boom can try and defend against this Roche. Roche trying to help out. First hit bash on the 23. Sitting with just about 1,000 health. Carl keeps slamming the first tail down, thinking about going in with the epicenter, but Boom is pretty split up. I think their focus needs to be on probably Hyde. If he gets a good Supernova off, that could be a very big difference maker. There it is. Inverse dive into the Supernova. They go after 23. The Aegis is going to be picked up by Makoto. They get the kill on 23. They look over the rest of the Supernova pops, and they get the kill there on a Cuckoo as well as Carl. Overgrowth just not in time.
Boom has this one.
Gone, and Zephyr, he's going to get chased. He's going to get killed, and it'll eventually be a full team wipe here for Boom. They were waiting for their moment, and they found it.
It was just a Mexican standoff, like both of these teams waiting, see who's gonna get the first move, and Boom, they decide to go for the big move. They go in, they're like, we're gonna use this Supernova, which was level 1 at that time, and try to zone him out while we're killing the Roshan. So Mikoto picks up the Aegis, now working towards his BKB, Maelstrom already done.
You see Makoto's picture, he's just like, I got it. Don't worry. But yeah, Supernova started off Snowball, everything on a 23. And the Epicenter just feels a little bit too late. Carl gets stunned as he burrow strikes in, and then the Supernova goes off. They clean up.
Yeah, they don't kill Supernova, especially now that it's level 2. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Possibly if it's just in a really bad spot. If you get caught in Icarus dive, possibly with a stun or overgrowth. Centaur going towards, working towards his next item after finishing the Blink Dagger, which seems to be the Lotus Orb. So great against all those stuns. Like, you can pretty much win a fight with one reflected Impale, one reflected Burrow Strike.
They look like they want to go here on T1. They'll find Kescu. Okay.
That's a position 5 Tusk only. Like, usually Tusk is played as 4, so not too much of a value lost there. He's also getting closer to his Blink Dagger. Right now, just keeping the buyback. One item we didn't talk about is the Darkseer Aghanim Scepter, which gives you 2 charges on the Ion Shell. And yeah, gives a bit HP. It's a good item on the Darkseer. Most of the Darkseers actually rush it. Makes the team a bit more tanky. But this is the time for T1 to strike. Even though they know that Boom got the Aegis on their side, they should still try to seek for a fight, because this lineup is just going to fall off.
Right. So if they can keep the pressure on, maybe get the Aegis out of their hands and take a winning fight, still have a chance to win this game. And I know I'm saying still have a chance to win this game, and it's a 1K lead, but we are breaking down what we are seeing as they're going to find Kescu in much with these heroes that are going to fall off pretty bad. And they're going to go. They got the kill on a Whitemon. Supernova down again. 23's getting chased. They'll look over at Cuckoo. They get the kill on the Darkseer. They look over at this Bristle. Try to finish him, try to catch him. Swipe was there onto this Bristle. He's got the steering chains in a second, so they won't be able to keep up.
T1 just doesn't have the game plan, I would say. Their plan right now is we group around the towers and force them into a fight, because we know we'll lose this game in the late game.
Yeah, they understand the dynamics of this game. Understanding where their timings have to be. And you can see, because they're still putting the pressure on. I think some teams...
By pressure, if you mean losing multiple heroes, yeah,
They
correct.
were okay.
That's a lot of pressure. IO
fight.
bottom, Finger, not available.
They've got the Hex. Do they have the lockdown? Trying to drain the mana, BKB, TP,
Just DP out.
He's gone.
If they had a Finger, it's definitely a kill.
Yeah.
Also, the status resistance coming out from Sanj really helps out.
Sight-searing chains, stun on it too, but they've got the snowball as well as the Walrus Punch. They look over at Whitemon. The shards are off the mark, but it's not going to matter. They've got the damage. Look at the kill. Carl just getting ignored for a second. Burrow Strike, Overgrowth, and it's on a 3. They're going to try and make this happen. They'll go after Hyde, who doesn't have the Supernova. Got the kill on the Phoenix. They look over at Carl.
Oh, good Burrow.
Stun coming through. Carl, he'll die, but that lets them get Kescued as well. However, they're going to lose 23, and just the numbers that T1 are losing are putting them out of this game quicker and quicker.
Boom, they lose 2 supports. They win another big team fight. TNC Predator is the only survivor of that one. It's just, I'm really worried about their damage output. Phoenix, in that fight, didn't have a single spell, pretty much. Now that he gets a BKB, it's going to be much easier for him to take the fight. I've seen Phoenix like rush in a BKB when they're playing into Nyx Assassin most of the time, something that's really popular in China. Seen it in a couple of games of Southeast Asia.
Right.
I think it's the same thing in here, you know. There's a lot of stuff that can interrupt the Sunray, and this is where the most damage is going to come from.
So Phoenix might feel untouchable. I think the team might feel untouchable, and I don't know what T1 can do at this point. There are some things that, like, they're still doing right. Like this lockdown, it feels good from them, but they just don't have anything to follow it up. They're not taking out these heroes. They're getting the lockdown. They're hitting these 4-man stuns, and it's still not enough to win these engagements. They've put the pressure on, but the pressure doesn't feel as heavy anymore.
Yeah, the pressure is just not there. It's not enough damage. Like Bristleback, he kind of lost his momentum. Even though like he was having a good time, Carl.
Dream of Cell, getting that stun with the Centaur, stopping that TP. They're going to go for Waymon. They're going to relocate bottom. Well, okay.
No need for that. It was still, you know, a kill. And it's one of those games that could potentially just end with no real fun. You know, they lose 2-3 heroes. They call the GG. They understand, like, we can't really fight them anymore. We had our momentum, which we needed to... Like, we needed to hit the timing, 15-20 minutes in, take that Roshan, siege with the bristleback, just didn't happen.
Yeah, maybe that last fight comes around Roche. Still a little ways out.
Yeah, seems like I was not wrong about the sanking. This hero, you stay 1k gold lead ahead of the enemy mid laner because you push the wave, you're giving the also farm to the Ember Spirit, to the enemy mid laner, you farm the jungle in the meantime, but that's it. You're still going to be Burrow Strike, you're still going to be on the epicenter. This is the hero that does not scale.
Would you rather see Ags before
anything?
Eagles?
No, I would rather see anything other than the sanking on a mid lane.
The leader of the club of hate for sanking as Whitemon drops. You've been elected.
Thank you. I deserve it.
Sanking mid, no longer president.
Epi, that's a full Epi.
Yeah, epicenter, Burrow Strike with the wall down. They're trying to get something out of this. They'll use the Stampede. They'll probably lose FBZ. So that's going to be one dead on the side of Boom. Start of a Searing Chains that lands on both Carl as well as Cuckoo. And Cuckoo, he's going to get run down with BKB being popped by Makoto. There's no way to stop him. They finished
Look
off
at this
high,
attack speed.
The damage on to 23 forces him all the way back into the base. He's trying to get there. Unfortunately, he won't get there. Walrus Punch in from Kescute finishes off the Bristle, who will buy back and he'll get a 5 for his buyback. Actually, Zephyr will.
They're still chasing. Io needs to pop the BKB.
23.
Basher on 23, so you can't just TP out. Good chains to lock him down. Lincoln Sphere, I love this item build on Makoto this time around. You know, Orb of Corrosion, just cheap damage, applies slow, applies minus armor with the Sleight of Fist. Lincoln Sphere to reduce the initial jump. Like, gives you that, like, split second that you can react to the BKB possibly. And, like, Maelstrom, this is the farming item. He's tethered with the IO, so, like, damage coming out from the Maelstrom is also amplified from the overcharge.
Jeez. Just so much damage coming out from Makoto as well as Dreamcell. Makoto getting close to that level 25. Holding on to a double damage at the moment. Roche is up. I think this is what is going to feel like T1's last stand if they try to defend this Roche attempt.
This second Roche, so Cheese Ages plus a Shard.
Wonder who will be given the Shard. Maybe Phoenix?
Could be Phoenix. Ember Spirit Shard is also not bad. You know, Fire Remnant deals AoE damage, and you get the charge if you are close to the kill.
So in a Roche they go. T1 not even going to show up. They'll concede it.
IO Shard is also not bad. Like tether stuns for almost 2 seconds, 1.75. But can be only applied every 7 seconds, and a bit more movement speed, 10%. So yeah, they gave it to Io.
Okay. Well, my boy Hyde out here trying to do what he can with his supernovas. Could have had Sunray with it, I feel like.
Back in the old days,
Deserving.
Io, like, he just stunned people with the tether. I believe it was TI2, TI3 era. Not broken at all, perfectly fine. Just have this AoE stun ability.
Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, Cuckoo. Getting healed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So they'll go after the tier 2, then onto the high ground. Don't think there's much that T1 can do to stop them from getting the tier 2. We'll see if they can even stop the high ground push.
Yeah, T1 in this game only managed to take the T1 towers. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Didn't go, yeah, it didn't go for tier 2s at all.
Let's see as they try to defend this, make their final stand. Burrow Strike comes in as well as the wall for the Remnant forward, going after Cuckoo. They've got
Sunray keeping them alive.
And now the Sunray is just keeping them healed and burning through 23. Kescute on the run. He might be the only one who falls, but they've got the Stampede into the Overgrowth. Okay. Burrow Strike onto 2 to get the kill to Kescute. Supernova's a little bit far back, so that'll allow T1 to just walk away. It won't allow Carl to walk away, though. He's stunned up. He's killed off. He doesn't have buyback depth for 70 seconds.
He bought that Aghanim Scepter, went all in, no buyback money. Like, they need his stun. So without a Sanking, without their ultis, they cannot take this fight. Back.
All right. And stun bouncing off the Lotus Orb. Whitemon gone. Makoto going for Cuckoo. He'll surge back into the base. 23 just trying to stay in the faces of Boom. But it's not looking likely that they can do so. I mean, he's taking a lot of damage and soaking, but they're diving, yeah. They got the kill on FBZ. They've taken out Kescute. That's just out of the hands of the Ember, so it's starting to turn around here for T1. They don't have many numbers to keep throwing to get these kills.
Oh, they're throwing. They're throwing their bodies at tier 4 towers for no reason. There's no need to do that, but yeah, a bit of fun. Now FBZ decided to buy back as well.
So they move up towards top, go for the tier 3. Spirits just hitting on to 23 as he tries to stick in their face. FBZ with Blink as well as the stun out onto Zephyr. Zephyr will drop very quickly and buy back. But they've got the Sunray right on top of Cuckoo. Burrow Strike with the epicenter. It's not going to be enough. Just aren't outputting the damage that they need with 23 popping the BKB. Running after this team. Eventually it'll run out and he'll be out of time. Question is, do Boom take
Makoto's
advantage
back
and turn
in?
it around? And they should. Zephyr getting chased by Makoto. Overgrowth comes in. Zephyr dies. 23 might be next. Burrow Strike not going to do anything. Cuckoo dead again. He's got no buyback. Icarus dive over 23 with the Spirits hitting Sunray on him. And eventually he burns out. They will call GG and T1 will drop the first game.
What a performance from Boom. Like, they had a much better draft than this one. T1 did not kill Egg a single time. They managed to kill Phoenix in this game, but it was such a good Phoenix game that they were not able to even get it once. Just, yeah, they got outdrafted. I can understand the idea behind what they wanted to do. We play fast, we get this Bristleback online, we try to snowball, get the first row shot.